Hey guys, welcome back to the Skyline Show here on the Grant Cardone TV network. We're very excited to talk about something that is so important, not just to our industry, in the smart home industry, but in every industry. The industry that we do, obviously we talk about smart technology, about protecting their homes, and we have to bring that value up so high so that the price is not a big deal. And so that's what we're talking about, value over price. The most important thing, obviously, at the end of the day is the price, but not necessarily, because the value has to be so much more worth it for them to actually pay what they're going to pay. Here at Skyline Smart Home Technology, we understand that the value has to be very high. You know, on an everyday basis, when I started out 11 years ago, you know, it was interesting because we didn't have all these fancy things. We didn't have the thermostat, we didn't have the door lock, we definitely did not have the sky bell. So all these things that now we can actually talk about that are very appealing to customers, in my day, we didn't have all that. So I had to bring the value every time. That, hey, you might get broken into someday, and there's a break in about every 18 seconds, right? So these are the facts, these are the value that I had to bring about having that peace of mind inside their home, having an ability to be able to protect them and their family, and obviously the biggest asset, that purchased their home. And so they work so hard to get those things, and obviously it'd be unfortunate for one day for it all be gone. So the reason why I had to bring the value was because I knew when I had to drop the price that it was going to be something that they're probably not used to. And so the reason why I was able to become successful is because I would always bring the value before I would have dropped the price. Because if you do it the other way around, it becomes a little more difficult, because now you're trying to justify the actual price rather than trying to build up the value and then drop the price. So that's the reason why the value always has to be overpriced. And it's very simple, because if you think about it, things that you buy, there's a reason why you buy them, right? Because you see the value in them. You know, when you buy a car, or when you buy a house, or when you buy material things, you know, there has to be value. Even in relationships, right? You want to see value in the person. And so you want to make sure you're getting the most value of what you're going to be getting. And so in our industry, because of what we do, because we're protecting families and securing their homes, we have to make sure that, because they've never probably thought about it, about getting something like this, at the door, we have to bring the value right to them. And that's everyday occurrence. When we go to them, we talk about the value, about the protection, about the benefits of having the smart home industry or smart home security system inside their house. And that's when it really, really ramps up our value of what we're doing. See, the one thing you have to understand is that you have to enhance the value so the price doesn't have to drop. And once you enhance the value, then they're going to understand. You know, there's a reason why people line up every year to get that new smartphone, right? They sleep at the mall. They want the new phone. Why? Why do they want to spend $700, $1,000 plus for that phone? Well, they see the value, right? They can get that same feature at a different provider, right? You can go to Apple and go to the Android, and you can basically almost get the same thing. But why do they line up? Why do they do all that? Why do they pre-order? Well, the reason why is because they see the value in it, right? Once they see the value in anything, they're going to go all in for that. And so for us in the door-to-door industry, for the smart home industry, we have to bring that value right up right in our introduction. You know, why are we there? What are we doing? Why should they care? These are questions, like I've talked about before, that you have to answer. And by knowing and seeing the value and believing the value, it's so much easier to talk about the value. Also, speaking about value, is that, you know, what you value may not be what I value. And what your neighbor values may not be what your other neighbor values. So what you have to understand is that every door is going to be that way. Every person you speak to is going to see different value than what you see. You know, you may think about protecting the windows. They may be thinking about fire protection, right? They may be seeing the value in a doorbell camera when you're trying to pitch them on a carbon monoxide, right? So these are things that you have to see and read from your customer right in the beginning. And the way you see that is by talking to them, right? Having a conversation, being open with them, asking them questions. By doing that, you'll be able to see exactly what their needs are. And when you see that and you can tell that that's what it is, then that's where you bring the value and you focus on the value at that point. And as you keep doing that over and over again, you will see the difference in your sales, because now you're customizing a system to them and their family rather than giving them the general system, the cookie cutter system for everyone. You know, if they really wanted just the cookie cutter system, they could just go online, right? Get a system, order it. They can maybe even install it themselves. But that's not what you're there for. You're there to customize a system to their needs and to their wants. And by doing so, you're going to see the increase in your sales because of the value that you bring. Okay, so remember that, guys. It's very, very important. Grant Cardone talks about enhancing the value all the time. Don't drop the price just to drop the price. Drop the price because then you're just dropping the price. Drop the price only if necessary, but bring up the value so they can see why the price is what it is. Stay tuned for more episodes on the Skyline channel. Remember to look at us on Instagram, also on Facebook, and also on our Grant Cardone TV channel. We'll be here. JoinSkyline.com is our website. So check us out. If you're interested in joining our team, we'd be interested in talking to you. We keep growing throughout the United States, so we want to make sure that if you're available to talk to us, let's talk.